Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Jefferson Howe. I'm a principal sales engineer for mParticle, and we're back to my tech sharing sessions, which I call Accelerate Time to Data Value Series. In this session, I'm going to talk about the ability on how you can drive customer stickiness through conversational platforms like a chatbot. I've actually recently attended a conference last 2 months ago, and the name of the conference was CX Conference, which was based in Sydney, which was hosted in Sydney. And one of the key talk tracks or breakout sessions that they conducted was how organizations were able to make the most of chatbots as part of the ecosystem such that they can drive better customer experience. So the great thing here is that chatbots are basically one channel that can collect data about your customers. And if you're able to capture all those conversational data in high level and send that to your customer data platform like mParticle, you'll be able to drive a lot or unlock additional capabilities, whether it's using conversational data to drive upsells, especially on the retail space, or allowing win back or retention programs or campaigns to be run as well. That if, let's say, later on that customer tries to use a chatbot to find an item, but the item was not there. So what you can do is use that existing past behavior or event to drive that win back campaign when you restock that item. And another unlocking capability would be allowing you to serve them better, right? Serve your customers better. When I mean serve your customers better, this is you being able to connect all the dots from web, from the chatbot, and basically other interactions, and collect those information such that any help desk representative or service desk representative will have that view later on if that customer decides to go through the standard help desk route. So let's get to the meat of this session. So first things first, let's understand what's the problem statement we're trying to solve, right? So again, customer demands are increasing over time. The reason behind that is basically first thing is where everyone's operating around the clock, wherein basically you want to support your customers in a 24/7 method, wherein if they decide to go in at 12 midnight or 2:30 a.m. because they felt like going shopping, you should be able to serve them at that time. Another thing that we saw is most customers have minimal attention span or waiting span right now, wherein they want instant response or quick action such that they can decide immediately if they want to do something, or they don't want to they're just gonna leave it behind, right? Third one is how can you basically offload simple inquiries, meaning that for basic questions like stock availability, branch openings, maybe that could be done by a chatbot, right? Because the chatbot will always return a static information that could be driven by the information that you have from your backend systems, and let complex inquiries be handled by your service desk team. Self-service. Most customers right now just don't want to be bothered. They just want to go out, do their own thing without being bothered by, again, a help desk representative, right? And lastly, a culmination of all the requirements above is how can you drive better customer service? And this is where chatbots come in, wherein chatbots are able to provide that 24/7 availability because they don't need human interventions in the background to run. It will always provide an instant response. Either it's using KBA knowledge or it's using back-end knowledge from your back-end systems delivered through an APIs. You're able to offload simple inquiries through chatbots because the chatbot will try to answer those simple stuff, where in complex stuff, they go through the help desk route. Self-service, because again, it's a chatbot. The customer decides if they want to use that facility or not. And lastly, it can offer better customer service because it's able to provide the answer at the right time, at the right moment. So how would that work with mParticle? So a possible solution is you can use mParticle connected with the chatbot such that we can collect conversational data. Conversational data can be used to drive and to understand customer behavior. Once you are able to understand whatever behavior was captured within the conversational engagement process, you're able to use that information to drive uh, data to value in a real-time fashion, whether it's again sending marketing campaigns because they recently bought something, or they actually tried to search for an item but that item wasn't available, hence you want to recapture them back once you restock. And the other approach is, as I said earlier, is the ability for you to capture all those data points such that you can build that unified 360-degree view of that customer. And whenever they call your service desk is actually up to date to what information, what behaviors your current customer has done. So how would that look like? You have a shopper, right? They would go to your website, but rather than directly clicking the items on the website, they go with the chatbot route. The chatbot will be connected to mParticle through an API-driven fashion, wherein we will collect conversational data. Once we capture conversational data, we will forward them to back-end systems or your MarTech systems, such that like an email marketing platform, such that we can drive campaigns, whether it's a cross-sell, upsell campaign, whether it's a restock or win-back campaign, or any campaigns you think that you can use or leverage out of the conversational data that we're capturing. And lastly, we are also forwarding all those data to your help desk platform, such that the help desk team will actually have up-to-date knowledge of what your customers are doing, whether they're in that chat, in your web channel or your chatbot channel or other channels that you connect with. So let's go with a simple demo. So a simple demo would look something like this, right? I'll focus on the retail industry. I have an e-commerce store, and as you can see in the e-commerce store, I'm selling sneakers, clothes, apparels, and accessories. As a customer, I'm too lazy right now to view. I just want to go to a chatbot route. So here, I've connected a chatbot into the website. I'll start chatting. So first thing first, let's say I'm a sneakerhead. I want to find if there's a certain sneaker available right now. So what I can just do is basically type in, is there a sneaker available? Right now, this is now communicating, the customer is now communicating to the chatbot, and the chatbot is trying to retrieve in the backend system if the current store has stocks. So right now, as you can see, the response was there was no stocks. So based on that simple conversational data process, mParticle was able to capture that instantaneously. If I refresh this page, which is our live stream view, you should see that automatically this conversational data event has been captured directly by mParticle through the API integration with the chatbot. And as you can see, there's no stocks available. And what I can do here is that basically forward this to a marketing platform such that once I restock, I can drive a campaign wherein like this, wherein I can automatically send an email campaign saying that once I've restocked the sneaker and I know this customer is looking for that sneaker, I will send them a campaign such that I can win them back and basically convert them to do a purchase. So let's say right now, let's go back here on the store. Let's say I decide to come back to the store, click that item, sneaker availability. Let's say if this comes back with a stock, because I made this logic like a randomized where it will just say if there's no stock or with stock every now and then. Let's say I got a stock, sneaker availability again. Yes, as you can see automatically, if there's a stock, what will happen? mParticle will capture a different information or event type, and basically this information will be processed by our system, and we will send that again to backend systems like your marketing platform, such that they will know what's happening from a customer engagement standpoint. And let's say if this customer decides to continue to buy that sneaker, let's say they went with the buy checkout process, buy it out. So what we can do is after capturing the search of the sneaker to the chatbot and doing an e-commerce purchase event, if we go back here, we can drive basically a campaign wherein we can do a campaign that if that customer went through that journey, trigger a campaign that will allow them to get a cross-sell email campaign that will allow us to basically promote other items that other customers have bought if they bought that sneaker. And this will provide a little bit of personalization and relevancy as part of the process. And this is how you would be able to convert your customers to drive, and you can also use this to drive more revenue from your end. So there's one way on how you can leverage conversational data from a marketing and a sales campaign perspective. Then from a servicing standpoint, let's say we're using Zendesk and that customer decides to go back here, decides to trigger a refund process, right? Through the chatbot. Given refunds are very complex, the transactions, and chatbots will normally not handle a refund process. What the chatbot can do is recommend the hotline, and in this way, the customer will call the hotline, and a service desk representative will answer the customer's inquiry. And this where we will have the service desk maybe look up the customer's profile through Zendesk, and automatically, by allowing mParticle to forward all interactions to Zendesk, we're able to actually understand what the user has done over time. And this will give your customer service representative up-to-date information, what the customer is trying to do, what have they bought, and basically use those past behaviors as already tracked within Zendesk as a way to provide better service, such that rather than taking a long time just to understand what's the refund or what the product is being refunded, a service desk representative can use those information that has had already been tracked by mParticle as a way to provide better service. And this is another key enabler of why a CDP like mParticle empowers a better customer experience, especially on the servicing side of things. So in summary, through mParticle, we're able to easily ingest conversational data into the CDP and use those conversational data to drive better customer experience, whether it's through marketing campaigns or through a servicing perspective. We're able to, in real time, through mParticle, real-time syndicate or orchestrate that data to your tech stack and to your MarTech stack. We're also able to use conversational data to drive better customer journeys, because you're using those key milestone events to drive what should be the next expected event that you want to drive out of your customers. And lastly, you can drive stickiness or deliver stickiness because you're able to have that unified view about that customer, and you can apply personalization and better servicing later on. I hope you find this session useful, and I look forward to share more insights and more tech sharing sessions in the months to come. Happy Easter and take care.